How's it going, y'all? CR here. And I cannot believe they made bottles of Guinness this big. I just found this out today. But I love it. So, I'm going to discuss magazine limits and why they're going to be an ineffective tool against mass killers. And yet, they will harm law-abiding firearm owners. Let's start off with the obvious. First off, you're putting a restriction on a basic freedom. And I understand that the gun controllers don't really care for that freedom. In fact, they despise a basic freedom to own firearms. And in fact, the second they get that 10-round limit that they're pounding on, they're going to renege. Just joking. We really wanted 7-round limits, like with the New York SAFE Act. Or well, we just need one more gun law. We didn't go far enough. And if you don't believe me on this, either you haven't been paying attention to the debate, you're delusional, or you're outright lying to yourself. Take your pick. Let's start on defensive gun use, because this is where it's going to do the most damage. Somebody who's using a firearm to defend themselves does not set the time, place, or any of the other circumstances on which they are attacked. The assailants or assailant is on them. They're not letting up. The person using a firearm to protect themselves, especially if there's multiple assailants, may not have the chance to reload. For whatever reason, that time they take to reload could cost them their lives. They may not even have a chance to reload, as if, say you have 5 assailants and you shoot 3 of them and you still have 2 of them, you're out of ammo. One of them's got your arm, the other one's about to come down on you with a lead pipe, that sort of thing. So yeah, somebody defending themselves may not have the chance to reload and may need more rounds. So yeah, it's a pretty big hindrance on somebody who's using a firearm defensively. Moreover, I don't think I've ever heard of anybody using a firearm defensively and said, well, God, I have way too much ammo. I should have had smaller magazines. I've never heard of that case before. But please, if somebody could point me to a case where that actually happened, I'd love to hear about it. Now on to mass killings. One of the arguments the gun controllers will use when they argue for magazine limits in regards to mass killings is that, well, somebody can wrestle the gun away from the mass killer during a reload. Let's look at how small this window is first, assuming the circumstances is right. That's how long it takes for a simple magazine change. You think that's always going to be enough time? And I do understand that some mass killers have been disarmed. That's how they were stopped. Waffle House shooter was one of them. Jared Lee Losner was another mass killer who was disarmed, by somebody wrestling a firearm away from him. But that's few and far between, and the circumstances have to be just right. If you're talking about a mass killer who is 5'10", weighs 175 pounds, goes in to shoot up a school, it's pretty far-fetched to think that 5'2", 110-pound teacher is going to disarm that mass killer, regardless on whether or not that mass killer is in the reload or not. Simply put, not to say that it isn't possible, not to say that it isn't possible that somebody who's 5'2", 110 pounds could possibly disarm somebody 5'10", 175 pounds. That's the exception to the rule. That's not the rule in and of itself. Another argument that you will hear from the gun controllers: well, when the mass killer stops to reload, then people can retreat to safety. Let me ask you this: how many people in that circumstance are actually going to be thinking clear enough to know, oh, well, that mass killer fired 10 rounds, now's my chance? And again, let me redirect you to the reload portion. So, you think that's really a big enough time window? In most circumstances anyway? No, it's not. So what you're asking for with that one is not going to go anywhere with actually saving lives, especially when the people there aren't thinking about their own security. They're not thinking, or not even had the slightest thought of ever having to prepare to defend themselves, because bad things happen to people. So no, that's not going to work. What will work a lot better is discontinuing this notion that we're going to legislate evil out of existence, that we're going to legislate murder out of existence, and just face reality that these stupid gun-free zones and all these gun laws in the world are not going to prevent truly bad people who are set on killing others from carrying that out. Thank you all. Y'all take her easy out there and have a great day.